Nuovarden is a dimension of wide-open mystery and infinite discovery created by our very own Dungeon Mr. Ty and published by Adventure Slang Productions. You can learn all about this dynamic game system and wondrous setting at adventureslang.com.
The tantrum scream of Kria echoes through the glass chamber, a auditorium, bud-like in dimension, or like a teardrop in which you sit at the base of, and it tapers as it goes up. Many hundreds of fractal mirrors reflecting each of you from a different angle, and Kria as well. And as she screams in rage, she steps off of the lotus sort of throne in which she was birthed. And as she does, a singular pain, one reflection of her, is noticed, particularly by Loch-Nall. It does not step off. It remains stationary. And more important, Loch-Nall, its left hand, the hand that channeled the presumably channeled powers of lore derived from Stilmanthagni himself that analyzed you, remains active, and you can see in the reflection red script flowing from you to the hand of the reflection as it maintains the analyzed weakness upon you. Kria's scream stops as slight cracks form through some of the reflective surfaces. Reflective surfaces, I'll remind you, that Haruki had hit with great force, only to produce blinding light and no such damage to them. But in this space, you all will remember that Kria now is the sole mind sustaining this sort of subdimension. She has absorbed Vernox. She has absorbed the weary Stilmanthagni. The authorship is hers, and should she keep it, she will have access, eventually, Loch-Nall withstanding, to the memories of Nephis itself. Stilmanthagni's words ring in your minds. You must destroy or chase Kria from this space, that she may not have access to the memories, the living memories of Nephis. And with that, I will ask for turn order.
Loch-Nall, I think maybe you should go first.
Yes, I will go first. Who's second?
I'll go last, because right now Haruki doesn't really know what's going on.
And I will go ahead and roll for Kria. Loch-Nall, you have the first move, and it is clear that Kria has moved from very akin to a small child, which Stilmanthagni warned you about. Kria might have an insane amount of knowledge that she has absorbed from Vernox and Stilmanthagni, but she has just been born. It is like an infant possessing more knowledge than the three of us combined. But still a new living being.
I am going to, even as I see these tendrils commanding knowledge of my weaknesses and making me susceptible to Kria, I am in turn holding grasp on Kria's access to Nuovarden and the ability to reach through, and I am stifling their mind. As I do that, I take out the black page and my stylus, and I write, Kria, forget Stilmanthagni's knowledge.
Loch-Nall, this will be a mystery roll.
Okay.
You have to use your action dice for it. It's like manifesting mystery, but you can do it.
Okay. Standard difficulty then?
It is standard difficulty. You need 4s. You can either choose to use 1 action dice or 2.
And you got that necklace.
And you got
That's
the
right.
necklace.
That's right. I'm going to use 2, though, because this is important. Double 2s.
Double 2s.
Yeah. I am going to re-roll one of them.
Okay, so you're going to break a twig necklace and use primacy to re-roll one?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do it.
That is a 1.
As a 1. Ugh. Okay. That is reprisal.
Yes.
I roll 2d4s for that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's a 1-2 on my side. You do not take reprisal. However, as you write this down, you see Kria's left hand, not the image, but Kria's left hand start to mimic like it's writing something. And as you're writing, it's being erased on the black page and nulled out. So the page remains still half full. But essentially everything you were writing was being erased simultaneously. It was as it was being written.
I see. All right. That's my turn.
We move on to Kexy. A little Suihu fluttering about in this glass amphitheater.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna. This is how. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They are going to. Part of that, almost like plasma of their body, makes an almost like astronaut's helmet around the Suihu head to act as a barrier, and I would love to cast Mind Shield or manifest
Absolutely.
Mind Shield. Do I do 1 or 2? I'll do 2, and then I'll do the other thing with 1 and or maybe hold it, depending. That's 2 3s. I will use a primacy to bump a 3 to a 4.
There we go. And remind me, with Mind Shield, it halves the damage from mind attacks?
No, it
Or you gain
basically
the lucid?
offsets my +2 to damage. So I take -2 mental damage.
-2 mental damage. Okay.
And so
Very
I
good.
believe, if I remember correctly,
And or you gain the lucid tag. I remember that the lucid tag is an achievable option for it.
and or lucid tag. I have this bookmarked somewhere.
Yeah, I think you
Speaking
could
of which.
either increase the difficulty of mental attacks against you with lucid, or you could decrease the damage you take by -2, I think. Is that correct, Locknall?
Keep in mind, you can also define it the way you want. And if it's an agreement, then that works as well. But the definition says success provides armor factor 2 protection against mental attacks. A high success doubles the armor factor or alternatively prevents 1 mind-based status attack per round for the duration of the manifestation.
Oh, very cool. So it's basically like 2 armor factor, so a one-time sort of armor factor that you would gain against mental
Okay,
attack.
that's neat.
Cool.
I will go for that.
This mental shield forms around this flying little Suihu, a sort of like sifting, shimmering pink light, chromatic light around you.
And there's a muffled little Suihu tweet. We don't have to do this, Kria! And I'm going to hold my other action dice to either assist or do something
Very good.
later.
Haruki.
And that's my turn.
So there has been no overt action of aggression here. This is all taking place within minds. A conversation was being had through telepathy to this point.
I mean, you hear
Some words.
Kexyfess tweet, put up a mind shield around her. Lucknall is scribbling something frantically on the black sheet, which Stilmanthagni had shared with you all, is the ability to essentially author this reality. Although, again, as I'll remind Lucknall, Stilmanthagni also mentioned that its effectiveness will decrease the more that Kria consumes this overall world. So now that Stilmanthagni is no longer here, Vernox is no longer here, the effectiveness of the page has diminished somewhat.
And I've been able to hear everything that Kria has spoken. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. But there's no combat happening. There's no overt fight happening. I don't know what's going on.
I will say
I am confused at what is happening. Suddenly there's this silence. I see what you've laid out before me. I am going to use a body manifestation if I can to invoke the braced status effect, which I think will give me, it will make it so that it is, let me just look it up here, physical attacks will be made at increased difficulty against me. There's not really, there's nothing physical going on here. Okay, I'm going to do that anyways, and then I'm going to see if that works. Let's do that first. I'm going to roll, you know what? I'm just going to roll one action dice. That is not a success. That's a 2. And then I'm going to... I can hold 2 dice as a help action or an action to do outside of my turn order. Is that correct?
A help action is only 1 dice that you can assist, but you could potentially assist 2 different people as long as they're different people. Is that correct?
Or spend one as a single die action option as well.
I have some options here. Okay, I'm going to hold on to my second action and 2 action dice.
Haruki, importantly, in the moment you channel body, the left third arm that floats up coming off of the back of Kria snaps its fingers. In you doing, I need you to make a challenge mystery roll for me.
Challenge mystery. Okay. This should be easy. All I have to do is roll a 4.
I've never wanted to be playing an Ixchi or an Iksha more than in these moments.
It's a 2.
What do we get? A 2. Give me one moment. Haruki. You notice one mirror image of yourself when channeling body to try and imbue yourself freezes. It stops moving even as you continue to move. Haruki, you lose the ability to channel body for 2 turns. And in that moment, the left arm hanging over her body, you see its reflection in her mirrored skin shift and move and peel out of her body under her right arm into a 4th arm now as it emerges. And now she has 4 arms.
Do I intrinsically know that I've been afflicted or that I've been affected like this?
The moment after you finish channeling your body, you suddenly feel like you have forgotten entirely how to channel and manifest your body. And because that is your base discipline, you feel extremely vulnerable in this moment.
Okay. So I cannot use primacy for a body.
You cannot manifest body discipline nor use primacy for any body rolls that you make for 2 turns.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a productive turn, guys. So I'll pass the baton.
You do have 2 action dice left that you're holding on to. It now moves to Kria. She points with her normal right arm. There is now a lower right arm as well. This would be, as you would remember, Kexyfess, the arm that she used as a mind... Or actually, I take it back. She moves her left normal arm, the lower arm, and points at you, Kexyfess. You accuse me of taking from others, but what do you do, Kexy, exactly the same thing. You take of physical forms like a parasite, and you drain them and use them until they are beaten and bruised and destroyed, and then move on to the next thing. How are we any different? And with that, she is making an accusation against you with lore manifestation, 2d4.
Half dice pool.
Yes, half dice pool. You know what? I have a key point. I will use a prime. I got double twos. I will use. Yeah, sorry. I have a key point from Stronghold D&D. So thank you, Stronghold. I will use primacy to bump a 2 to a 3 and a key point a 3 to a 4 for a successful accused against Kexyfess.
Remind me, what does that do?
It's just a mental attack, which you have a shield against.
Great. It's so cool.
Yep. That would be 3 damage. Your armor factor absorbs
dies instantly.
Yes, and you are knocked out.
So I am stunned.
Oh shit.
You are shaken by these words. Yes.
As these accusatory words come from Kria, now that I know that there is something happening, and I see Kexyfess, emerge from the Suihu, I'm gonna loose an arrow, and that's a technology roll. Luckily, it's not a body roll. So I'm gonna fire an arrow from the bow of the mighty hunter.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Decreased
First attack
difficulty.
with this is at decreased difficulty, so that's nice. I'm gonna use both of my action dice on this second action.
Let's get it.
As a arrow flies with the elemental wind behind it. That is a 3-1. I'm gonna use primacy to bump it to a 4-1.
Very good. Give me D4 plus 1 damage.
No, you don't have to bump it, right? Because it's a decrease.
Oh, it's decreased difficulty. Thank you. Yeah. That's right. Thank you. I don't have enough primacy to be wasting it like that. Okay. D4 plus 1.
And this is elemental damage of lightning. Ooh, 5 damage. Elemental. Very good.
Yep. Stop this madness!
The bolt hits into her side, creating, as it hits, right? I mean, she's a collection of mirrors. So you just see it reflecting in multiple different ways. As this turns into lightning, hits her, then turns into a bolt. And then the glass skin kind of chromes up the shaft, and the shaft kind of pulls into her, moving back to a smooth surface. She stutters backwards, screaming out, "Ah!"
And after I take the shot, Paul, I'm going to run over and kind of get in between her and Kexy. Sorry.
Brilliant. No, that's perfect. And with that, we move on to Locknall. Locknall, because you are afflicting here, you also notice now when she grew that 4th arm, another image of her in a mirror across the way has now stopped moving with her, but it does nothing. The one to the left is still maintaining the analyze weakness on you. The one to the right is just standing.
And I'm also still maintaining the affliction.
Correct. She is still afflicted.
So when I did that, which one did I target?
Her.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
These bodies, I don't know what is going on here. But,
Locknall, why don't you give me a challenge mind? Would you?
Challenge mind, yeah. How about no?
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Continue.
Okay.
As you would.
Yeah. I rolled a 2 on that. All right. So I will attempt to write again into the page.
Okay.
And I will write I will write her name and say diminishes in power.
Okay.
That is a 3-2. I will snap the last twig, because I had to spend 2 last time for my reroll, and bump it to a 4.
4. Locknall, you no longer need to maintain the afflicted status.
Nice. Okay.
It is now writ into the page that she is diminished in power. And we're going to say this, because this is, after all, fully Kria's domain, this will last for 2 turns that you no longer need to maintain. After 2 more turns, you will need to start maintaining that afflicted status again.
Okay, then in that case, I will use my other action and die to use elemental to erupt that wound that I had seen with the bow and cause additional electrical discomfort. And that is a 3. And so I will also bump that to a 4 to deal 2 injuries.
Very good. Fire kind of erupts from that glass surface, singeing the glass. Little fractured cracks across her rib cage, and then like liquid. Other glass moves over the surface, concealing. Again, she seems very affected by this, but her, whatever she is a sort of will not diminish in its beauty. Let's just say that. All
right, that is my turn.
Kexy, thank you. Haruki,
I'm stunned. Yes. You're welcome. Thank you. Even.
Can I force a Starnum into me?
I mean, I would say maybe if the Starnum was willing, but we essentially, Kexy is very disoriented right now. It would be like just grabbing at like air, you know, like billowing clouds would flow over you, kind of whatever. She has to it's a very willful thing to move into you.
That makes sense. Okay. You know what? I think I will, as I'm standing there guarding Kexy, who is obviously stunned by whatever happened, I'm going to... Yeah, you know what? I like the idea of... I'm going to use one of my actions and 1 die to try to invoke the lucid status effect on myself to protect me against whatever mental... Because I know this something weird's happening to my friends. That's not going to... That's a 1. That's a 1.
Oh, that's reprisal. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, you know what?
Hey.
Actually, Paul, I can't do that because I can't manifest body this round.
You could do it with technology, though.
Could I?
Right, because any manifestation can be used to manifest a supporting ability, correct?
Up to you.
Yeah, you're like kind of make a light bulb appear above your head. Aha.
All right, cool. Either way, I rolled a 1, so there we go.
Okay.
Yep.
You take 1
reprisal?
damage, 1 IS of reprisal.
Oh, that's nothing.
As you sort of try to do this, you just sense a mocking sort of smirk across Kria's face at your feeble attempt, and in the same fashion that Kexy was accused, you just feel humiliated.
I feel like in my mind I hear what I imagine is her voice calling me Thunderpaw. Like, nice try, Thunderpaw. Like, capitalizing on that element of my backstory where I had been shamed by my tribe because of my inability to manifest the silence discipline. But I will take a shot with the bow using my other 2 action dice.
You are. I think you moved. Did you move up close to her, or just in between you and Kexyfess and her? I wasn't quite aware. Did you move right up into her space?
I went to Kexyfess. Yep. I went
Perfect.
to Kexy.
Okay, go ahead and take the shot then.
Okay.
This will be again at decreased difficulty.
Don't need it. I got a 4. 4-2. So
4-2. Very good.
And that is
D4
3 plus 1, so 4 total damage on the second shot, as another arrow is hurled forward by the wind
Very good. Very good. Hits her in the leg. She shrieks out again in agony, and then again the arrow kind of pulls into her form as she seethes with rage. Her kind of like tendril hair, red hair, starts to float up angrily into the air. And with that, yeah. Go ahead,
I'm just
Haruki.
going to call out as I loose the second arrow. I'm going to turn to Locknall and say, Locknall, if we destroy her, this place is destroyed around us. Get us out of here.
And she clenches her glass teeth and turns her eye towards Locknall, and with that bottom right arm, she rushes towards you, Locknall, and the red sort of nails, light nails glow out of it, and she strikes at you with that right arm for a just normal martial attack against you using body with that lower right arm. That is a 3. She will use primacy in body to bump it to a 4. So she successfully hits you, Locknall. Actually, she doesn't need to. You are analyzed weakness. She hits you with that 3, rending across your chest for 3 damage of physical damage against you.
Reduced to 2 because of my cowl.
Yeah, the Frowl Crowl. As she slashes across you. And then she sidesteps so that Locknall is between her and Haruki. And that is her turn.
Then it's my turn.
That's correct. Locknall, you are up.
She is still afflicted. I will take the page and I will write her name and banish her to another dimension.
Ooh. This will be a high difficulty.
What does that mean?
That means I have to get double 4s.
Or bump to a 5.
I can't bump to a 5. I have no more access to primacy for mystery.
Help.
I don't have any more.
Oh, you broke them all. Oh, yes. Double 4s. Can it be done?
It's one of those moments. That's a high failure.
High failure. All right.
2-1.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That is
Fine.
That is not a reprisal. Here's the thing. Locknall, you do write this on the page. It is not deleted. And in every mirrored surface, a dimension to a different plane of reality starts to open.
What have you done?
And she smiles.
Oh, no.
Locknall, what else on your turn?
I didn't want her to smile. I'm going to banish her myself using lore and try to stick her in a pocket dimension. I'm going to hide her.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 2.
It's a good try.
It was, but I am changing my dice. That's my turn.
Kexy, it is now your turn.
I think in this chaos of movement and manifestations and dimensions and everything changing, they start to orient themselves and are feeling angry and hurt and pain and fear. And knowing that because we are in this dimension and because Kria has witnessed and felt and knows everything that we have witnessed and felt and knows, feels guilt for it. And a want for Kria. They know a desire to live. They know a desire to have more power. And they also know the pain and suffering that can come alongside with that. And as much as they have pleaded with Kria, I don't think that they are ready to give up on that, because anything you put your mind to, anything we put our mind to, we can do.
Try real
So
hard.
I think as Kexy is starting to come to a bit, their body is going to start to vibrate and almost mimic the glass scales of those snakes in their chiming, with the rocks around them, the glass and everything. And I'm going to try and calm Kria using song.
Okay, let's do it.
That's a 2-3. I will use a primacy to bump that 3 to a 4.
So let's look at the calm. Is there a challenge roll against that?
I have no idea, but that's why we have these wonderful books, you guys. And
Yeah,
you should
that's
totally get
correct.
one if you play this game, because it's really cool. I don't know if it's an affliction.
Moves
I
afflicted
think it might
status
just
effect. A high
be-
success may invoke lucid support against them. In this situation, you're trying to calm her outrage.
Yes.
I think this would be some sort of negative status effect against her.
Okay.
She's already afflicted, so
She's already afflicted. Maybe perhaps something like a
Be like bereft.
bereft was kind of what I was thinking. I think it would be a bereft where it would increase the difficulty scale while maintained against her. So this would essentially make it so her attacks against you all would be at increased difficulty.
Okay.
Or her attempting, because you're calming her sort of rage and angst against you. However, in so doing, Kexyfess, that left hand above her shoulder snaps its fingers. I need you to make a mystery check.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew that once we used a new thing, something was going to happen. I'm scared. Mystery?
Yep, you need to make a challenge mystery roll.
3.
Okay. Kexyfess, right after completing this, you have forgotten how to use song. You may not use primacy on song for 3 turns.
can't use
And that
primacy,
left
can't
arm, you can't manifest nor use primacy on song. That third arm above her shoulder, the reflection of it in her body shimmers down below the left arm and then emerges out of her body as a 5th arm. Unfurling, and as it does, you hear a chiming noise, like music.
We don't have to do this, Kria. It doesn't have to come to this. I know you're angry. I am too. What if we just talked more?
There
I
is
can
no
show
time
you.
for talking.
Kexy, is there anything else that you had on your turn to do?
That's it.
Haruki, in your rage of yelling,
I am
go
going
ahead.
to. I don't think I have the penalty against my body manifestations anymore. I think I'm done with that this round. Is that correct?
One more turn. So at the
All right,
at the
well-
start of the next turn, you would.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to use technology to attempt to manifest a shield in my hands.
Okay.
So let me see if that works. That is a 4-1. The shield
Very good.
has on its surface a mirrored surface.
Very cool.
And then I'm going to run at Kria with the shield as I say, "There is no time left for talk!" And I'm going to try to basically shield bash her into one of the open portals, the nearest open portal.
I will remind you, your bow naturally causes a movement effect.
I'm just gonna
No,
do what I'm gonna
shield
do.
bash.
This is what I'm
Do
doing.
it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay.
This will be a body. It's a mundane attack, but you can't use primacy yet.
That sounds good. I have 1 die here. That is a 4 on the die, luckily.
A 4. I am going to... Sorry. Let me roll that. That is a challenge roll body 3. I will use a primacy to bump it to a 4. As you push her back, she actually passes through the mirrored surface, almost through a doorway, but she clutches with all 5 arms around the threshold and pulls herself back in. And you realize that she just moved through the walls as if they were just continuations of reality. And she steps back onto the threshold, snarling at you, Haruki, at being pushed back. Actually, you know what? I take it back. She's not snarling. She gracefully wipes off because she's calm. She's relaxed in this moment. You are wrong, Kexyfess. But if you wish to give me access to Nafis, of course, this can all end now. I will let you leave. Look, there is Nuovarden. She points at a mirror. You see the portal out to Nuovarden in it. And with that, her newly grown 5th arm, the claws of light come out with strings sucking over to her other arm, and her 3rd arm plays it like music, and she is healing herself with song.
What have I done?
The 3-1, she will use primacy to bump it to a 4 and heal herself for 3 IS. And then she'll continue to play, this time attempting to calm Haruki. Now pulling one of Kexyfess's playbooks here. That's a 3. She will bump it to a 4. Haruki, you have the bereft. All of your attacks against her, you feel very calm right now. And in so doing, you notice the second mirrored image of her continually starts playing, maintaining the bereft status on Haruki, while the other reflection that has emerged maintains its analyzed weakness on Locknall. Locknall, it is now your turn.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to manifest a great burst of wind and blow her back through that portal that she almost went through the first time.
Let's do it.
I will use 2 dice for this. I'm going to mute so I don't shatter the microphone.
I take it back. Haruki, you will get a challenge roll. Yes, go ahead and make I think this would is it a mind check against song? Or would it be a song check
calming,
against being calmed? Yeah. Mind?
Mind.
Mind.
Okay. Come on, 4. No, that's a 1.
Okay. Locknall, what'd you roll?
Help? Is that something I can help with?
With your no, you don't have
one.
Sweehu Little Wings anymore.
Don't think you can assist on challenge.
I guess you could with your mind. Because you also can telekinetically move things with your mind, so you could flare up. Locknall?
I don't think challenge rolls allow assist.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't talking about Haruki. Were you meaning to attempt to help Haruki or help Locknall? Oh, yeah, you cannot assist a challenge roll. I thought you meant Locknall.
Hey, we'll see if Locknall needs it. I got it.
What'd you get, Locknall?
I have high failure. I'm going to bump the...
Okay.
I'm going to bump the 1 to a 2 and recover...
Primacy.
The primacy, yes.
I will try to help in this case, if that's okay then.
Please, yes.
Yeah.
I need a 4, right?
You need 4.
Oh, yeah. Now, she will get a challenge.
Yep.
But
again, we're going to make this a challenge. Actually, We're going to make this a challenge mystery. And I'll tell you why here in a second.
Oh, I hate
That's
that.
a 3. She will use primacy to bump it to a 4. The dimensional door closes before she's pushed through it. Boom. She just hits into the reflective wall. I will, however, allow you to deal damage with this attack since she was moved now into a physical object. You just pushed her, so you can go ahead and roll D4 in damage with your elemental attack.
All right. Well, that's a 4.
Oh, very good. All right.
As she slams against the barrier that she just created by closing this thing, I'm also going to erupt fire across her with my other single action. How about that is a high failure?
You going to bump that one?
I'm not, because I can't afford the primacy.
That is a successful reprisal.
Injury?
As you kind of manifest the fire, it actually reflects off of her mirrored skin back at you as a stream of fire ripples back onto you for 1 IS of damage.
All right. Well, that's all for me right now.
Kexy, you are up.
Oh, boy. I think in a world that is not exactly real, it is real in a sense of we are within it, but things are not set in stone, as they have never been within Nuovarden either. But I think Kexy is going to try and reach within this place to find a remnant of Stilmanthagni and try and manifest him. Of not necessarily it is him, but an image of him. Something to try and distract, something to confuse, something that at least for a moment might buy them time against Kria.
I think if you're using mind to create an illusion, that would be allowable. If you're trying to pull at the greater mystery of this dimension, that would be a mystery manifestation.
Yeah, that I cannot do. But I would love to create an illusion.
An illusion, let's do it.
Yeah. This one's rolling well for me, so I'll roll that one. 3-1. I will use a primacy to bump that 3 to a 4.
I will make a challenge roll with mind.
Okay.
That's a 3. I'm sorry. She will use primacy to bump it to a 4 and resist. And as you manifest in the reflection, Stilmanthagni sitting there, she moves that right normal arm and sweeps across, and like wind, he just vanishes into dust in the reflection.
Okay, that didn't work. This isn't working. Okay, do I notice these reflections? I know that Locknall had seen them. I think Haruki has seen them. The ones that are holding on to these.
I have given it to Locknall because Locknall has been afflicting her mind essentially and kind of tethered to her. I would allow you to use an action dice and an action. We don't need to make a check for it, but then you could kind of take in your surroundings of what's going on if you would like to do that.
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay. I will actually...
I think Kexy feels like they're missing something because something isn't working. Like this isn't working.
Perfect. You take in the surroundings. You do notice the 2 manifestations of her in the glass that are not true to her reflection, and they seem to be maintaining powers upon Locknall and Haruki.
Okay.
I will have you make, with that 1 dice, a single body awareness sort of check to see if you notice anything else.
1.
1, okay. Perfect.
Oh, something else.
But you do notice those 2 things going on. Yes.
Okay, then that is my turn.
Haruki, you are up. You are right. Well, sort of near her. She's been blasted back against the doorway again and pushed back, but she's quite close to you.
I am going to
And your body has returned.
Yep, I'm going to charge her again, and this time I'm going to swing the bow as a melee using body to try to smash her, and if I hit, she should also get knocked back considerably into the wall. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. All right, I'm going to use 2 action dice.
Let's do it.
That is a 4-3. I'm going to bump it to a double 4.
Very good.
So that's
D4 plus
damage
2.
plus 2. That's 4 total damage, and then 4 times 4 is 16 feet of pushback, knockback.
She's pretty close to the wall, so you knock her back into that wall again. Boom, slamming up against the wall, sort of like shimmering light sparks out throughout it as she grunts up against the wall as you hit her with a pretty heavy blow. Fractures across her glass skin. This time they don't repair.
Okay. And then I'm going to... I have 1 action die left. I'm going to... I'm going to try to manifest... Oh, no, I'm going to use that to hold on to my shield. I'm going to maintain my shield.
Ah, yes.
Yep, there we go.
I'm sorry. I did forget one thing. Haruki, you are bereft against her, which means that double 4 would have needed to be bumped to a 5. So it would have only actually been 2 damage because you are at increased difficulty against her. So that double 4 would have actually just been a normal success instead of a high success. Is that correct, Ty?
Yeah, natural. I would allow a natural high success to stand, but because it was bumped.
That was not. It was a 3-4.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's only 2 damage against her.
Okay.
Still, the glass doesn't repair. I will make note of that. But it wasn't quite as large as angry as you are at her. You just feel somewhat, I don't know, not as aggressive towards her. Feel angry, but you can't quite express that anger in force of will.
Okay.
Okay, and then you're gonna hold on to the shield. And it comes to Kria's turn. Kria, Kria's going to use 1 action to attempt to break the debilitation on her. Can you use an action to dismiss a status effect on you?
Yes, you can make some effort to. You have to be able to manifest the effect to remove it, but I didn't maintain it. If you're talking about my effect.
Yeah.
So it's currently not active.
But it was maintained for 2 turns for free because of the page.
Right. But when did it end?
I think come your next turn, you'll have to start maintaining it again. But I think for these past 2 turns, it's been maintained.
Okay. All right, cool.
She is going to attempt to end it playing a song again instead of healing as to remove this debilitating status effect. That's a 3. She'll use a primacy to bump it to a 4. She is no longer afflicted. Question. When no longer afflicted, it has already become her turn. Does she gain... She used an action dice. Does she gain back those action dice that she wouldn't have already had access to immediately? Yes. Okay, she does.
I would say so because the affliction is gone.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that even more.
Can I retro
with
the
that?
Errata.
Single session errata.
That's erotic.
That's a 2-4. She sinks into the ground, emerges behind Kexyfess some quite far away. So now, Haruki, you're just staring at a reflection of yourself, and she is behind you, Kexyfess. And she says, I will consume you, just like Vanox. And now we go to Lochnaw.
All right. The first thing I want you to do is to analyze weakness on her.
Let's do it.
How about frickin' no? That's a 2. All right. Then in that case, I am going to try to restore the afflicted conditioned upon her by blocking her access to Nuovarden and the connection that she is trying to make to our world. That's a 4-1.
She gets a challenge to this, correct?
Yes.
Lore?
But yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. She does not succeed. You again afflict her.
All right. That's my turn.
Kexy, you're up. She is behind you.
With that
Whispered into
chilling
you.
sentence and Haruki having yelled, and Kexy respects Haruki, holds Haruki in such high regard that if he so strongly tells Kexy something that is true, they believe it. There is no time for talking. This is not happening at this point. And there is still that grief, but then there is Haruki is always right. And everything that we do, we can do it because we believe in it. I am not going to be consumed by this. So I think in that instance of like anger brightening their form turns, and I'm going to try and mental attack in Kria where she is able to control song. I want to try and attack her control of that hand. If that makes sense.
It does. I'm going to have to do it at increased difficulty, though.
Yeah, no, that checks out and makes sense. That's a 4-3, and I can bump the 3 to a 4.
And that would be
that's
a
an
high success with what you needed.
This game's so fucking cool. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna take a picture. They're like so far apart, it's a little awkward.
So then what I'll need from you is a d4 of damage. It's not any bonuses because you needed a high success.
A 4!
A 4,
It's
very
crazy.
good. As you do this, the limb shatters. Apart. She is down to 4 limbs. Kexyfess, you immediately regain the use of song.
Attack the arms! Attack the arms! We should get the arms! And that's my turn!
Haruki, you are up.
Oh gosh. All right. Attack the arms. I will take aim at one of the arms and fire with the bow. I don't know if I would know which arm is associated with which.
Well,
discipline.
you've got one that's left up in the air. You've got one that's left down here. Oh, I will say, Haruki, you are no longer bereft. She can no longer maintain song because she no longer knows song.
That's great.
She has a typical right and left arm. She has one up above, and then actually her left side basically has 3 arms, and her right side only 1. Or something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. She has 4 arms.
I'm going to take a
Tell
shot.
me what arm she's shooting at.
I'm going to shoot at one of the arms. I don't think
Let's do
Haruki knows anyways what is going on. He just knows to shoot at the arms. So here we go. Taking a
this
shot.
will be increased difficulty because it's targeting a very specific thing. It's
Sounds
decreased difficulty because of the bow, so you just need typical 4.
And got it. Here we go. That is a 3-1. So I'm going to bump it to a 4, which would then allow me to hit, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, that's good. And then I will go ahead and roll some damage.
Yes.
That is 3 points of damage plus 1 is 4.
4. I will need you to roll a d4 for me.
Okay. That's a 3.
A 3. You hit the right, what I would say, normal arm, the one protruding from her shoulder. This arm does not shatter. This arm holds.
Okay.
This is the arm that is associated with Vernox and Mind.
Okay. And then with my second action and one action die, I am going to...
Sorry. I do need you to make a mystery challenge roll as that left top arm snaps its fingers.
3.
That's a failure. 4. 3 turns, you lose the ability to manifest technology or use primacy for technology, and an arm grows out of the right side. She's back up to 5
3
arms.
rounds?
Correct.
Okay.
But the good news is that the bow is a material item, so it still fires at decreased difficulty naturally, right?
Correct.
Awesome.
Yep.
I just can't do any primacy. All right, can I use my other action now?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna race up as the shield disappears. I'm going to race forward, and I'm going to try to dive for Kria's body as a grapple.
Haruki, and unfortunately, because of her teleportation, she is too far away for you to get to her in a single turn, because you were all the way up against the far wall, and she teleported up behind Kexyfess. You are going to have to spend the turn running to get to her.
Okay. That means I still have an action die left.
That's correct. Yep. You don't have an action left, but you do have a single die for assisting somebody.
Oh, because I'm using my action to move?
Run. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Her turn. Back to 5 arms. Sorry, I just need to look up technology manifestations real quick, guys. Don't worry.
Need a rule book.
Yeah, right? She will use mystery. That is a high success. 1 second, my friends. That was probably the last thing you guys wanted a high success on.
The last most recent thing.
Haruki, as you are running towards her, the reflection of yourself in the mirrored image of the wall moves out of the wall into manifest reality and starts running towards you as she high success summons a Haruki with double the IS of Haruki running at Haruki. Sneering with claw and bow in hand as it comes towards you. The mirror image of Haruki. How do summons, is that you still using the user's action pool, correct? To make the summon attack?
No, a summoned creature gets 1 action on its at the end of the summoner's turn.
Great, and that is just a single action dice? Or 2 action dice?
No, I think it's 2 base.
Well, since it was a high success, we're going to count it as 2, regardless of what it is. It comes running at you with its body just clawing at you with its big Haruki claws.
Shit.
That is a double 3. It instead will empower itself. So it misses you, but in so doing becomes enraged, and you see the claws just grow as it growls.
All the action dice are based on the creature. The creature gets its own action dice.
Oh,
So
it gets its own action dice, so it has Haruki's action dice.
Yeah.
Great, it missed. It now is empowered. It will then use its third action dice to make another attack at you. Actually, in growing its claws, it decreases the difficulty to hit. So it's swinging again with the claws at you. That's a 1. That's a reprisal. Go ahead and roll 2d4. Reprise against it.
That's a 3 and a 1. Can I use primacy on this? No. Okay.
Reprisal is
Not on her reprisal. Yeah.
Haruki, what's your IS?
10.
Oh, great. This thing has 20 IS. Perfect. Okay. That is her turn. Locknall, you are up.
Well,
Yikes.
first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the book, and I am going to write.
The page is almost complete at this point. This will be the last thing you can write within it.
Shatter Kria.
Oh, this is going to be high difficulty.
I imagine it is, and it's mystery, right? Because the
That's
book is
correct.
a mystery thing. So I have to roll it naturally. I'm going to let you hear my roll loudly in the microphone. Not at all. It is a high failure.
High failure. Okay.
I'm going to start using something else to roll.
No reprisal. So you're okay. The page is complete. No more else to write on it. It does not take. You do see fractures move through her glass surfaced skin.
Yeah. I'm going to maintain my affliction on her.
Okay. Kexy, you are up. She is behind you. There are now 2 Harukis. One running towards you, the other one slashing at the first. Yes.
Yeah, that is a thing that exists.
You do have song now.
Mm-hmm. I'm torn between 2 things.
I will note, Kexy Locknall. The second image of her in the mirror raises the left hand and is maintaining the illusion or the summoned Haruki.
Yeah, no, I think I think I might go for that or try to. Oh, but that's such a hard roll to do.
Go big or TPK.
I can handle a little Haruki. It's no big deal.
Little
Haruki
20
via Haruki.
IS.
Let's see who goes.
I'm not
There
even worried.
isn't-
I think that's a high Rukai.
There isn't an attack of opportunity in this system, right?
You can
I
move.
am
Only
going
reprisal.
to go towards Haruki.
Which one?
I'm gonna go towards the Locknall.
Okay, sounds good.
Because I don't even know if she saw the thing emerge, just turning around and seeing 2 of them fighting.
You don't want to get in the middle of a polar bear fight.
Yeah.
No. How much distance would you say is between me, Haruki, and Locknall? The Harukis.
I mean,
plural, and
Haruki was
Locknall.
getting, the two Harukis are probably only about 10 feet from you, very close to
Okay.
you and Kria. Locknall's maybe about 20 feet from you, so you can move to Locknall. No problem, because
Okay.
Locknall really hasn't moved. You really haven't moved. It's been Haruki kind of dashing all over the place.
I'm going to do that, and in doing so, I'm going to do what Locknall has seen Kexy do with Haruki, which is almost not inhabit but merge in order to have those the space that we now fill create song and try to heal us in that area.
Okay, between the
Because I
2 of
forgot
you.
that-
Okay.
It's an area effect. It doesn't have to just do one person.
Let's do it.
So I'm going to try to do that because I am not feeling very good and I don't want to be consumed. Please and thank you.
Your minimum AA is 12 feet, so
4-2, which manifests, and then it's a D4 for 3.
Everybody heals 3, and that left arm snaps its fingers again. Kexyfess, I need you to make a mystery check.
Oh, come on. It was worth it, but come on. No, 2.
You lose song for another 3 turns. Can't use primacy or manifest. That 6th arm now grows back again, the song arm. And in so doing, Locknall and Kexyfess, now that she has 6 arms, another mirrored reflection of her stops mimicking her. There are now 3 reflections of her that no longer follow her movements and her reflection. Anything else, Kexyfess? You're muted.
Nope.
I will also note the cracks in her skin disappear. Haruki, you're up.
All right. Well, yeah, I have.
Before you stands Haruki, there's a Haruki. Yeah, before you literally stands Haruki slashing at you, but also now, the motif of Kria is now of a beautiful glass woman with red blazing hair drifting about, 2 arms and 4 arms, 2 above, 2 below, like some sort of goddess idol statue, each arm moving to its own accord. And you get a sense, all of you get a sense. Despite the damage being done to her, she is growing more powerful. Haruki, you're up.
I'm charging my mirror image, and I'm going to swing the bow of the mighty hunter as a melee weapon at it. Double 2s. I will take the braced status effect.
To the mirror image. You have to designate the target that you're taking braced against.
Yeah, the other Haruki that I'm fighting. Yep.
Perfect.
And then
Great, thank you.
With my other action die, I am going to leap. Is it close enough? I mean, I hit it, so it's got to be close enough. I'm going to try to wrestle it. I want to immobilize this thing. So I'm going to leap forward and try to essentially like wrap the bowstring around its neck and sort of like strangle hold it with the bow in a wrestling
Let's
move.
do it.
No, that's a 1.
It's a 1. That's a reprisal. As you come in...
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna use my last 2 primacy to re-roll that.
Okay, let's go.
No, that's a 1.
All right, I will keep the reprisal roll that I had. You take 1 IS of damage as you lunge at it. You try with all your might, and this Haruki, I mean, like a mirror image, mimics you and knows what you're doing and ducks under and then claws you in the side.
Ooh. That's my turn.
And now Kria. 6 arms unfurled. She turns her gaze to Locknall, frustratingly debilitating her. And she projects a mental attack against you, Locknall.
Can I, in seeing this, use my 1 held action to try and put a mental shield on Locknall?
I will allow it.
Three. I'll bump it to a 4.
3 bump to a 4. Very good. You put a mental shield around Locknall. Very good.
I can give him lucid with that. Would that make the difficulty against
you could do that.
him?
It
higher?
would to a high difficulty, correct.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Very good. Give me one moment.
Kexy-clutch.
Remind me, with a recovery, can you remove a condition?
Yes.
Great. She rolled a 1-2 using primacy to bump that to a 2/2. She will remove debilitated.
Or afflicted.
So she tries to move her mind. The shield goes around you, Locknall, but nothing kind of comes from her. She will then rush the two of you. Her arm of body, the claws glowing long, and she will slash at you, Locknall. That is a 3-1. You are analyzed weakness. That is a successful hit against you.
Oh, damn, she's still maintaining that? That's...
Yeah, her mirror image is doing it. That will be 1 whole damage.
Oh, well, my armor will absorb that.
Yes, correct. Your Frau Cal absorbs it. You don't take any damage as she claws across you. And finally, yeah. You know what? Finally, she will use her last dice, raising up Vernox's arm of mind. That will not succeed. Okay. Locknall, you are up. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Haruki number 2. Haruki number 2 is now going to use his turn to try and grapple Haruki and immobilize Haruki. Because why not? That is not a success. It's a 2-3, not a high failure. Or is that a high failure? 2-3 high failure? No.
Nope. Straight.
So it also tries to grapple you. You guys are just over there tussling. Nobody can grab each other. And then in frustration, it claws at you. For a high failure, go ahead and make a reprisal against Haruki number 2.
Double 3s.
Double 3s. That does not succeed. Locknall, you are up.
Yes. All right. I'm going to analyze.
Tussle.
I'm going to analyze weakness with a single action. That is a 3. I'll bump it to a 4.
All right.
I will take advantage of
her attacks are now.
Yes. And then I am going to try to stun her.
With.
Oh, I can't stun. What am I talking about? That would be a mind attack. I am going to swing my bow staff around and erupt a blaze of fire.
Let's do it.
That is a 3-2. I'll use my last primacy to bump it to a 4.
Very good.
No, it's a 3-2. So she's already.
That succeeds.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll damage.
4 points.
Very good. The cracks again emerge as this fire hits her, and that top left arm snaps its fingers. Go ahead and make a mystery check for me.
Mystery save?
Mystery saving check, yep.
Or challenge?
Roll, yep, challenge.
Nope. There goes my element.
For 4 turns, you lose elemental manifestation and primacy, and a 7th arm now emerges, shimmering across her body in the reflection of that left arm.
I will shout out, there is a weakness in the glass of her form. And I will, that's it.
As that 7th arm forms, Kexyfess, her feet begin to lift up off the ground as she begins to subtly levitate. And her form ever so slightly starts to grow. And the red light of her hair, now the tendrils of her hair are longer and stretching now some, probably the same length of her body, some 5 feet long in all kinds of direction. Her 4 eyes now are glowing ever so bright. As she, sort of slightly lifts up off the ground. Kexyfess, you are up.
I'm once again torn, but also, Ty, we are having a mental twin moment again, because when you mentioned stun, I was already thinking about trying to stun her.
It's awesome, yeah.
And I think I will try to do that.
I just had to make a suggestion and you just scooped it up.
Yeah. I think I'm going to try and basically place all of the fear and anger that I'm feeling, that screaming that in this form I cannot physically exert, and shove it into her head and have that such loud, disorienting sound take her off for a moment. Oh, please work. 4-2.
4-2. She gets a challenge.
I'm rolling hot today.
That succeeds.
Bump your 4 to a 5.
Okay. No, she succeeded. Sorry, no, you succeeded. I rolled a 1. Yeah. You stunned her. However, Kexyfess, no sooner have you stunned her than you see the third reflection of her become woozy and disoriented in the reflection, and she remains functional.
Oh, that's crazy. I will use my last action to then attempt in what I am projecting into her head to hurt.
Yeah, mind attack against her. Let's go.
That's a reprisal. That's a 1. That's a 1.
And as you reach into her,
oh no,
to crush her, you feel your energy start to be drawn into her. And you feel the same maw that devoured Vernox. And instead of 1 damage with this reprisal, it is a mental reprisal. You take 3 damage, Kexyfess.
That's
as
so
you feel
cool.
your energy start to be sapped by her.
That's my turn.
Haruki, you're up. Haruki's tank. Basically, you guys are just dancing at this point. You're kind of doing choreographed moves. Nobody's landing a blow as you guys dance around each other.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to abandon this situation, seeing my friends being assailed terribly, and I'm going to start to dash away from Haruki. And as I do, I'm going to fire another shot from the bow at Kria, one of their arms. Describe to me what the arms. How many arms are there? What are the arms doing right now? I want to pick a target.
7, 4 on the left, 3 on the right.
Okay.
You know that when she first emerged, the top left and the first middle left and then the right middle, she already had. Mm-hmm. You hit the right middle, that did not seem to destroy that arm. Seemingly the arm she already had when she first emerged seemed to be more permanent. So there are 2 on her left and 2 on her right that she has essentially stolen from you.
And is there any way to distinguish which of them might be the most vulnerable, or?
There isn't. I mean, you could make they all seem to be of the same continents.
Got it. Okay. I'll just take a shot at one of the non-permanent arms.
This will be at increased difficulty.
Okay. And I don't have any other status effects on me, I'm pretty sure.
You don't, but you don't also have technology, so you can't use primacy, so this is just a standard roll right now. Your primacy is still gone, I think, for another turn.
It's
for technology.
Weakness. I mean, it's decreased status difficulty because of the bow.
Decreased because of the bow, increased because he's aiming at an arm.
And then it's decreased because of analyzed weakness.
Oh, and it's decreased because of analyzed weakness. Okay, you only need a 3. You're correct. Yes.
Damn. Here we go.
Forgot about analyzed weakness. All of these status effects going on.
Yeah. Stacking.
Yeah.
And I cannot use primacy. But I don't need to. It's a 3. It's a 3-2.
Yep. 3-2. Okay. Go ahead and deal the bow's damage. I will note at this point, you have hit her with 3 arrows, which absorbed into her body. 3 arrows were used earlier and never recovered back when you were fighting in the Blood Rain.
Mm-hmm.
So you are down to your last 4 arrows. This is now going to decrease you down to 3 arrows left of the Frowl arrows.
Okay. I rolled a 1, so 2 total damage.
2 total damage. That still damages. Can you roll a d4 for me?
Mm-hmm. 2.
2. Hey, guess what, Haruki? You gain back technology. As you hit the arm that has technology, she's now down to 6 arms. Chat.
Nice. Okay.
I did forget, you disengaging does automatically create a reprisal. Haruki number 2 did hit you for 1 IS damage as you disengaged.
And I have no more armor factor left, so that goes directly to my IS.
Armor doesn't deflect reprisal anyway.
Oh, got it. So it would go to my IS anyways. Okay. And then with my other, you know what? I'm going to take another shot with the bow.
All right, let's do it. Now you have technology.
1 die left.
So
Yep. Here we go.
You can use primacy. You just need a 3 to hit.
Okay. I've rolled a 2 and I don't have any primacy, so I'll just leave it at that. But
all right. The arrow goes long and tinks off of one of the walls. It is now her turn. She now has elements, doesn't she? She raises her arm of elements. The light, the shimmering red nails shoot out laser beams, fractaling into the mirrors, creating a grid, and spraying down over Kexyfess and Lochnaw in an area elemental attack of light.
So pretty.
That's a 4-3. She will bump to a 4-4 for a high success. And deal 4 damage to both of you, elemental damage. As these laser lights slash through you.
Physical.
Physical damage. Yep,
so
it's elements.
I take half.
Yes, so 2 for you, 4 for Lochnaw, 3 for Lochnaw because of the Frowl Cow, because that's an awesome item. She then, unrelentingly, you try to starve me of what I want, Lochnaw. You will be the first absorbed. And she makes an accusation against you with lore, for a lore attack against you. That is a 3-4 for a primacy to 4-4 for another high success of a mental attack against you, Lochnaw. This will be 5 damage.
I don't know if that's...
Does that
did you
matter?
maintain it? Did you maintain it?
I think she put it onto you on her turn.
I put it on as a reaction.
Yes. So you would have Lucid, so that gets rid of the high success, essentially, because... Well, no, Lucid just makes the increased difficulty.
Increased difficulty.
So it's only 3 damage to you of Lucid damage. No armor from the Frowl Cowl, though, however, because that's not mental armor. So 3 damage straight. She's still got 6 arms.
What does that mean?
It means we're screwed.
That means she's going to lose her last 2 action dice and 3rd action. That's right. To make a final attack against Lochnaw. Swinging with her body arm, clawed. The whole hand turns into basically an energy fist as she punches at you, Lochnaw. This will be a 3-3. She'll use primacy to bump that to a 4-3. For 3 more points, decreased by 1 for your Frowl Cowl for 2 points of damage. And she just... Actually, you're at decreased difficulty, though. It doesn't matter. It still will just be a normal success. I just didn't need to use primacy there. As she just relentlessly just starts beating, wailing, mind attacks, element attacks against Lochnaw. Lochnaw, what's your IS at?
2.
2. Locknall is bloodied and bruised as she just relentlessly, all 6 of these arms slashing away, manifesting. Locknall, it is now your turn.
I am going to try to hide her into a pocket dimension.
This is with lore?
Yes.
High success for pocket dimension, right? Otherwise, it's just the dismissed. I think it's dismissed status effect. High success, you can move it into a pocket dimension, if I remember right from Stilmanthagni.
No, I think you're right. But I've got to get... we need a break. I'm going to go for it. She is analyzed.
And that's for attacks against her, correct? Status effects?
Yeah,
is it against all things? I think it would be just attacks against her, not
it's all attacks.
Effects.
But yeah, this is more of a status effect, which she can challenge if I succeed.
Correct.
It's 4-1, so that's not going to do it.
That is not going to do it. I will allow you, however, to move that 4-1 to dismiss somebody else.
Like Haruki too.
Well, so dismiss. I mean, like the whole point of that manifestation is to make something less attractive, like to kind of hide it. So I think you would want to use it on one of your allies.
Yeah. I will give that that support to Haruki.
So Haruki is now dismissed?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Which means anything that wants to attack Haruki has to make a challenge roll mind or choose a new target.
I love that. And before we move on to Kexyfess, I did forget to take the action with Haruki number 2. Haruki number 2, actually, I'll just say Haruki number 2 with his full turn just starts charging after Haruki number 1, who's running forward, shooting his bow, and is just running after Haruki number 2. So we'll just say that. Kexyfess, you're up.
Kexy feels that draw of consumption. They feel their life force slowly becoming more and more unstable. They see, and almost being one with Locknall, I think can almost feel the blood that is pooling across his skin. And their biggest fear that has been since the death of their friend Liceloso is losing more. They know that they are on their last legs. They know if something is not done, that this is likely lost. So I'm gonna try and inhabit. I'm gonna try and inhabit.
Kria.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
I need a mind roll.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I'm so scared. That is a 4-1.
4-1. Kexyfess. You slip into the mind of Kria. Actually, I do get an opposition roll. Sorry. This is a mind challenge check. There's only a 2. I will use 2 primacy to re-roll to see if I can't get a 4. That is a 3. You slip into the mind of Kria. And we'll go ahead and take our break there. And when we come back, we will get on to what the mind of Kria is like.
Oh my God.
Oh no!
Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, right. Oh
awesome.
My God.
Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Thanks for the follows and the support. Go get yourself a copy of Nuovarden. The link is in the chat. We'll see you in just a couple minutes.
We resume as Kexyfess's mind melds with that of Kria's. Kexyfess, you find yourself in a vast space. Feels somewhat cosmic, like an early galaxy forming nebulous gases. You are hit first and most immediately by certain deep emotions. A very strong and palpable sense of once being something so glorious and powerful, a thing of so much immense energy, whole and complete, not sentient, not anything, but you were splendor incarnate. But then that was lost. You were diminished, dormant, quiet, no warmth, no energy, no nothing. You were nothing. And then, who knows how long, how much time had passed, a surge of energy into you, something at a very small scale, similar to what you once were. Like a starved plant hungry for any ounce of water, you drew on it. And in so doing, you have a memory. You don't know where you are. The world is bright and abstract. You see Vernox, and he talks to another Starnum. He calls them Kria. They talk, and Kria asks Vernox to come with them. They seem like friends. Come with them. Come with them to a new dimension, a new place to explore. But Vernox, he has other things to do, and he says, I'll see you soon. You can tell that they admire each other. They are fond of each other. And Kria leaves. And you see them step forward through a gate to a world that resembles Nuovarden, but brighter, like the fields that you first emerged into. And Vernox turns and goes through another gateway to someplace else. Soon, I'm sorry, take 1 IS of damage.
Is that
Soon.
damage?
That's correct. Well, no, it would just be 1 IS of mental damage, not enhanced by being a Starna.
Okay.
Soon. You find yourself back in that miasma of spinning cosmic gas, of a mind that is like no mind you have ever inhabited. You've inhabited animals. They're small, they're easy at times. That tuna was terrifying. That was not necessarily a large mind, but it was very alien. This too feels alien, but it also feels expansive. You've been in Haruki's mind. You know what it is to sit in another sentient mind. This is larger than that. But it is. Knowledge flows everywhere. In it, you can see constructs. There are no memories. Just the thing of memories. There is the primordial element of many memories reduced down into an energy-like state and being reformed into a personality, into an ego that is Kria. It is abstract and complex and very emotionally undeveloped. But underlying all of it is that great sense of loss. Loss of once being something splendid, diminished into nothing, and now what feels like an eternity of being nothing, a spark of something, but intermingled with the ego and the id that never was there. And all of this is new and overwhelming. But you just want to be bright and beaming and a part of it all again. Kexyfess, take another point of IS damage. And then finally, great hunger. You see a shadow space folding out, and it is immense. It is so close to grasp, and it feels so much similar and at home to that brightness you once knew. And you realize these are the shadows, just a veil between you and the memories of Nephis. And that feels like it will get you so much closer to what you were. And you just want it. Desperately. Kexyfess, I'm going to have to make you make a challenge mind roll, as I suspect you're on your last IS of IS. So I'll have you make a mind challenge roll in this final moment to try and resist the draining effects of Kria.
I'm going to roll, and then I want to say something based off of what happens here.
Remember, you can use primacy.
I'm going to use 2 primacy to reroll that 1. Okay. Kexy has longed for power. Being in such close proximity, the understanding of that loss, knowing that if they could hold this form, this could be theirs. If there is such an ego of theirs to cover this own, to take it in as their own, absorb Kria as Kria has absorbed Varanax and Stilmanthagni and longs to also take in Nephis. Their dream, the thing that watching their friend Lisalaloso give their life to convince them of to abandon, is right before them. But they know that that's not what they want anymore. In this confusion of their body and their mind being one within this creature, it licking at the energy that they exist in, they know what their goal is, which is to experience with their friends. experience this life in a place that they dug themselves into, and to be there. And I rolled a 4.
You resist the final. Just being in this space itself, inhabiting Kria, is draining you of your very vital essence. The longer you stay here, you will continue to be drained. Can I have you make... We'll have you make a called mind roll, because you're in the mind of Kria.
Okay. That's a 1.
A 1. You don't know what. But you know, in this moment, Kria has a contingency. Kexyfess, do you have any other action dice?
I think I have 1.
All right, what are we doing? You are maintained within Kria. You know 6 disciplines. The only you don't know is technology and silence. This is unlike manifesting into an animal. This is something supreme. And again, that pull that you just resisted to want to become Kria, because this is even more than becoming just back to old Starnum. This is something even greater. Is there. But yeah, what are you doing?
I am guessing that I cannot heal myself without also healing Kria.
I think that is likely.
Okay.
Unless, can mind heal?
No. It can? I know body can heal. I know
Body,
song
can
and
heal,
silence
mystery can heal as well, but I don't
Mystery
think...
can heal.
Yeah, mind cannot heal. And if you use song, you're using it as Kria.
Yeah.
And that will heal Kria. It would also heal you, but it would also heal Kria.
Then I think those hands... You see Kria's body lock up as Kexy inhabits it. And almost an unoiled engine attempting to move, a hand goes towards the song where those cords extend and plucks them. But instead of healing in the area around Kria, I'm centering it on Locknall and Locknall alone. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to heal Locknall. Or try to. That is a 3, and I will use my last primacy to bump that 3 to a 4.
Go ahead and roll a d4 to heal.
That is 3.
And Locknall, you are healed 3. Haruki, it is your turn. You see Kexyfess go into Kria. The red of her eyes turns to pink. The red of her hair to pink. And she locks up and heals Locknall. I will note the 3 reflections of Kria still have this, that are disjointed from her other reflections, still have red hair, red eyes.
All right, I have no idea what she's doing in there, so I am going to turn and take a shot at the pursuing Haruki.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Double ones.
That is just nothing. It's not a high failure. It's not.
Do I get recovery? No, I don't get recovery on that. Do I?
Nope.
No. Okay. I think this is my last.
You were down to your last arrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes and tinks off the wall. No. You have one more. That was your second to last. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna fire the last one with my.
All right.
You know what? Actually, no. I'm going to. I'm going to take a defensive stance as this Haruki comes barreling in towards me, and I'm going to try to invoke brace on myself.
Yeah.
That's a 4. So I'm
There we go.
Yep.
You are braced against the incoming Haruki. Kexyfess. It is now Kria's turn. Who you're inhabiting.
Mm-hmm.
Kria is not going to push you out. However, she is going to try and absorb you.
Yeah.
This is going to be a mind roll, called roll against the challenge mind on your part. She's going to spend 4 primacy to reroll that entirely. That is a high success, Kexyfess. Please make a challenge check.
Just in case, I'm going to record this if it does happen to be a 4, because I have no primacy. I am on 1 IS.
Unfortunately, it needs to be a 5, but go ahead and roll because she got a high success.
A 4 will beat double 4s, but then she may be able to change one of her 4s to a 5, which would be out of the reach of Kexy if there's no.
She can't. So you need a 4 because she already used primacy to re-roll and rolled a double 4. So she's already used her primacy. So you need a 4 here, Kexyfess.
I'm recording this. Okay.
Kexyfess.
No.
The only way to get my dream is to make sure that my friends get out of here alive. And the one regret that I think Kexy lives with after Lissalolosa's death is not the fact that she went through the portal into Nuovarden, but the fact that Lissalolosa was the one that died and not them.
And with that, Kexyfess, you feel yourself becoming Kria. Slowly. Locknall and Haruki on the outside, an ectoplasmic energy begins to form at the feet of Kria as her hair turns back to red. Her eyes become red, and you realize Kexyfess has perished, absorbed by Kria. And with a shudder, the arm of song reverberates and becomes more solid. Having absorbed Kexyfess, she looks back to Locknall. Now, Nethys. And with that, she will lift her hand of elements, and you will see in the reflection below you, or above you, a great stream of fire coming down, and it pulls from the reflection down towards you as a jet of fire bursts towards... Actually, you know what? As it bursts towards the two of you, because you guys are nice and close. A pillar of fire coming down at you guys. That's a 4-1.
Yous guys? Both of us?
Yeah.
What about the other guys? There's 3 guys.
No, not Haruki number 2. Are you kidding me? I'll position it in such a way. However, only 1 point of damage to the 2 of you. So nothing to lock. No, as this fire writhes around. She will. She'll use 1 dice, 1 action. Haruki. She is going to attempt to take the braced action against Haruki, bringing up essentially for the theatrics of it. She essentially. Actually, you know what? No, I know what I'll do. She's going to use mystery. She's going to try and essentially use invisibility to, is it obscure or is it dismiss?
Obscured.
That does not succeed. Somebody make a reprisal for me.
I would love to.
Go ahead. 2d4. Need some force.
No, that's a 3 and a 2.
All right, perfect. As she fails at that, we move on to Locknull.
I move toward Kria and stand my diminutive form. She feels so much larger now. I don't think she's necessarily that much larger, but
she has actually grown in size with each arm. She's not huge, but she's certainly bigger than she was.
I'd stand at her feet and I say, "You have not earned your place in Nuovarden. You have risen a child, an infant in your lack of intelligence and wisdom. You have taken and you have destroyed, and you think you have a rightful place to access the memories of Nephis, and they do not belong to you. You are a foolish child." And I will use accuse.
All right, let's do it.
That's a 2-3. I'll use my. Oh, I don't need it because the 3 because I'm maintaining analyze weakness.
Yes,
will become 1 damage.
All right. She's hit by this. Snarls at you, mocked by you, and angry at your words. Are you maintaining analyze weakness?
Yes, I'll
okay.
It. Which means if she's braced against Haruki's attack will be at even difficulty.
Haruki. She failed the brace. So it's just that increase. It's that decreased. Haruki, you're up. I'm sorry. Haruki number 2 needs to attack you first. Keep on forgetting. Haruki number 2 first is going to try and enhance themselves, empower themselves with a 2. That does not succeed. Then they're going to bite at you. They're just going in full chomper style, taking a big old bite. That's double 2s. They're going to empower themselves again. But they're going to empower for damage. So come their next turn, they're going to hit extra hard. Go ahead, Haruki.
All right. Evading those attacks and knowing that something terrible has just happened. However, not understanding because the memory of Kexyfess does not exist in Haruki's head. It was taken from him. So he doesn't know the tragedy that he just witnessed, but he knows it's bad. So I am going to ignore myself, who's attacking myself, and I'm going to empower. I think I'm going to empower this bow. See if I can enhance. It's called with technology.
Yep.
So I'm going to use technology to enhance. That is a 4.
Very good.
And then I'm going to. Can I get to Kria for a melee attack? Am I close enough?
Yeah, you're very close.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. So
I'll also remind you, I'll also remind you that as with technology, you can manifest your own ammunition. It won't give you that +1 that those arrows gave you, but if you wanted to stay at distance.
I think I appreciate that, but I think I'm already close enough. So I'm just I'm gonna lunge forward and take the bow and just swing it like a club, and use my other 2 action dice in my second action to attempt to attack with an enhanced item for damage.
Yep.
Okay. That is not gonna frickin' do it because I don't have any primacy left. Would you allow this? Well, I rolled a 3. Is it?
That does it.
Does that work?
I've got the analyzed weakness.
Yep, because he's analyzed weakness. Yep.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I need a better way to keep track of all these status effect
I think
things that are happening.
with the bow, does the melee attacks also have a +1 damage?
I don't think so.
But they're increased because you enhanced the bow, so it's going to be D4 +1.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ty, for the reminder. That's 1 + 1 is 2.
Okay. The cracks grow across her skin as you slam into her. She's knocked back 8 feet from the force of the bow. She snarls, and then she starts to laugh, somewhat unhinged, having just consumed Kexyfess and feeling infusement of power. Haruki, that's your turn, correct?
Yeah.
Great. You will yield, Lochnaw. And then I will drink the memories of Nephis. And perhaps, in doing so, all of the Selku. Because you're all attached, aren't you? Lochnaw. You're all a piece of it. And with that, she's using a cues on you, and she taunts you with these words coming at you. That's a 3/4. She will use primacy for a 4/4. That is going to be 2 + 2 mental damage. You no longer have Lucid, unfortunately, because Kexyfess has been consumed. I think that takes you to 1 IS, yeah?
Yeah, but that's all I need.
She then will use mine to attempt to stun Haruki. That's a 4/1. I think this will just be a afflicted rather than debilitated, but you get a mind check. I'm not wrong. I think you need double force to actually debilitate.
Can I say something before this happens?
Oh, really?
Can I shout something to Lochnaw? I'll just be like, Lochnaw, leave this place. Go somewhere where she can't access you. Leave now. I rolled a 2.
2. Haruki, you are stunned. Because she has 6 arms, she also has a 3rd action and 2 must action dice. She will raise up. She'll raise up that mystery hand. And this black energy will start to form and shoots this beam at you, Lochnaw. That's a 2/1. She'll bump it to a 2/2, gain back the primacy. It misses. This like gravitational force, you can feel it almost pull at you as it zips by you, and it hits the ground, which of course is the kind of obsidian black with the writing in it. And you see like the writing actually get erased where it hits. All right. Lochnaw. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Haruki number 2 is attacking a debilitated Haruki number 1 viciously with increased attacks. Is it easier, decreased difficulty to hit a debilitated target? Or no?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Look that up.
debilitated
It
is
is.
decreased
for
difficulty.
sure.
Great. These are going to hurt Haruki.
Bring it.
That's a successful hit. It is empowered for +1 damage for a total of 2, because I rolled a 1. Whoa. 2 damage. And then, so it slashes across you, Haruki, for 2 damage. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, once a debilitated person is hit once, they're then no longer debilitated and unable to be debilitated again for 1 round.
There we go. Haruki, you are back up. You take 2 IS and damage, and it is now biting at you, not at, and misses, naturally. No longer debilitated, Haruki. We move to Locknall. Locknall, you are on your last leg. Kria's body is fractured. As powerful as she seems, she also seems somewhat vulnerable. You have maintained your analyze weakness on her, but it is looking dicey. What are we doing?
I am going to attempt accuse again, and I am going to say, Kria, you are not succeeding to the degree that you think you are. Child, you are harming yourself. You are going to fail. And if you think that absorbing me is access to all of the Selku, you are wrong, because in their mass, they are greater than you by far. You could exist here in this place that you have created for yourself, but you are not welcome in Nuovarden. That's a 4-1.
4-1. All right, let's give me some damage.
That's 2 damage.
2 damage. As you do this, I'm going to give you +1, because as you make this accusation, Locknall, you tap into, faint as it is, Nefis, and you feel your words hold a certain level of truth to them, almost like other Selku bolstering you in this moment. Her body is fractious now as you accuse her, the red in her eyes and hair flickering, sputtering with that blow.
I'm going to hold my 3rd die. I'm not going to maintain analyze weakness because I have a last ditch idea if I need it.
Haruki, we move to you.
I just shout out, use the portal and return to the garden. Warn everyone of what's happening. And then I'm going to race forward and hold up my hand towards Kria, and I'm going to reach into my pocket and pull out the ocarina, and I'm going to play the instrument with the hopes that it will revive whoever that was absorbed by Kria for a moment of hesitation that might allow us to escape.
The clay ocarina crumbles in your hand, shattering apart as you play the tone. You see energy drain from Kria into the ectoplasmic pool below. Kexyfess, you breathe in. You catch your breath. Kexyfess forms on the ground. Kexyfess, you are at half IS, half primacy. As you reform onto the ground, Kria above you, now her energy a bit more diminished as a part of her, the memories that were being incorporated into her pulled back into you.
Do I remember what led up to my death?
You remember the great pull of Kria, and then just darkness.
Okay.
I look down at this form and I say, I don't know who you are, but you've been given a second chance. Use it wisely. And then I will, with my other action, take a shot at Kria with the, I cannot take a shot. I'm going to swing the bow and try to hit her melee style.
Swing the bow.
Oh, nope. That's a 3. Well, unless there's some status effect that's giving me some sort of an advantage here, it's a 3 on the die. There is not. Okay. All right.
It misses, swinging just over her as she,
But could you bump? You can bump it with your body because that's a melee attack.
I don't have any primacy left.
No
Primacy's all out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who made this?
Everybody's just about out of primacy, minus Kexyfess, who is back up to half.
No.
It goes wide. Which brings us back to Kria. Rage at Locknall. No. I will consume you all, and Nephis. And then my glory will be returned to me. You notice, however, actually, Locknall, go ahead and make a mind check. Kexyfess, you as well. Only because you have in mind
challenge?
kind of as challenge. Yep, challenge. I'm sorry.
1.
That is a 3 that I will bump to a 4. Because this feels
Kexyfess,
important.
for the first time in this budding life form, you sense doubt. And that contingency plan starts to form. And Kexy, your eyes naturally drift towards a single pane on the wall. And you see a portal opening up into what seems to be an identical dimension. But it's Lucentia. Locknall, are you ready?
I have a quick question. I'm so sorry. I don't want to destroy the tension.
Yeah, please.
Do I have any of my actions?
You do. You have your action dice. You could assist.
Okay, thank you. That is. Continue.
Again, with the left hand, the gravitational energy, and she shoots it out at you.
Me?
That's correct, Locknall.
Okay.
That's a double 2. She will take the empowered, decreasing the difficulty to hit. Furious that you dodge out of this blast as well. Her hand ignites huge red energy claws and she runs at you, slashing with a body attack.
Can I try and use mind to brace Locknall?
I will allow it.
That would be 1 dice, because you can only hold 1.
Yeah,
right?
and I think you can only use, we did it wrong before. I think you can only use a single action dice to do an action out of turn action.
Okay. That's a 1.
You do have primacy. Oh.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna use it.
2
I'm
primacy
gonna
to
use
reroll.
2 to reroll. Mm-hmm.
4, there it is. Braced. Increased difficulty. She swings. That is not going to cut it. She'll bump to a 2-2 instead of a 2-1 to gain back. Actually, she will remove... Well, no, Analyze Weakness doesn't actually leave a status condition, right? It's its own thing.
Right. Analyze Weakness is sort of a support for the attackers.
This is why Laura is the best. Anyways, she will take the braced against Locknall status condition instead. With each swing that misses you, Locknall, each attack that goes against you, you don't sense it, but Kexyfess, you can see her doubt growing. With her final, she commands her one of her left arms in a gust of wind. A 2/4. And she runs, and as she's running, she gusts herself towards that portal to Lusatia. As Kria begins to flee.
I want to use my held action to accuse her as she flees.
Let's do it.
You are no match, Kria, for the powers of Nuovarden. We are youthful and strong in our own way these past 100 seasons.
I will
That's a
remind you.
4.
Oh, that's what you needed because she was braced against you.
Yeah.
All right, roll damage.
3.
Again, you feel that inner chanting of other Selku, and you realize at Seer's chance, there are likely Selku in meditation, dwelling for you, on you, reaching in the ways that they can to try and empower you. And as you do, the glass on her skin shatters. And she falls forward into the reflective image. You can kind of see as it shatters away for a moment a sort of, essentially white skin, like no light has ever touched it. And she stumbles forward into the portal of Lusatia. Yeah, Haruki.
Is it possible that as this is all happening, because she was in melee range with Haruki and then she exited that I could use a reprisal roll to try to grab her?
You could. I wouldn't allow a grab. You could have done additional damage to her.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. And that is a...
Just 2 dice.
Okay.
You need force.
You could also technically, arguably, if the seer would allow, if you succeed and it's only a standard success, flip instead of doing damage and do the slow
That's true.
status.
Oh, to take a status effect instead of damage. Okay. No, double 3s.
Go ahead, Kexyfess.
We had talked about being able to use one action against another person when it comes to held actions. Was it just that you only get one period, or can you get one per person, depending on how
hold
many
from your
held
turn.
actions you have?
I think you could hold up to 2 actions, correct? No, only 1?
It's just one.
Yeah, the rules say you may hold one action and an action die to make a single die action out of turn.
And so with it, Kria falls through the portal, broken of her glass-like shield. As this happens, as she moves towards the portal and as the glass of her form shatters, all of her reflections disappear. So what you are seeing in her is not reflected, this sort of pale flesh underneath. And she falls through the portal into Lusatia. I will have everybody make one final either lore or awareness roll. Awareness using body. This is just a called roll. Called roll, 2 dice. Actually, Kexyfess, you can use mind if you want to use primacy on this as well, because you were connected to Kria's mind. Is that a no?
That's a 4-2.
4-2. Kexyfess, you see through the portal is an almost identical blossom forming in Lusatia, except it looks far larger. And the portal closes.
No! Haruki goes up and starts pounding on where the portal was. No!
As you do, Haruki, cracks start forming through the glass of this
We-
chamber.
Have to leave. And I project that mentally.
Black energy starts to seep through the cracks in the mirror. It's like anti-light essentially beaming through this whole chamber. The red writing starts to vanish across the floor.
Stilmanthagni said she either flees or we destroy her. She has fled. We need to leave.
And we see a portal into Nuovarden.
No, all the portals have closed that were in the mirrors once she ran through.
I look at the page.
It is
said
filled.
it's full.
You do have the gift from Meads.
We need to use that. It is a portal back to the garden.
Use it now.
We must.
How do we use it?
Use it. It allows you to, you use the necklace as you lift it up. Even as you use it, it essentially melts out of your hand into a wooden doorway with a doorknob.
Open
Locked
the door.
You open the door. Cold, snowy wind comes gusting through the doorway as the three of you step through, even as the room begins to break apart. You can see cosmos beyond the frame of this room. And you are back on the summit of the Lucid Cleft. Except there is no cloud dome. Snow is on the ground. It is bitter cold. You see a heaped form of where Stilmanthagni was sitting, now kind of crumpled over and covered in snow. But most importantly, you see the book is resting in the snow, but it is wrapped and bound in what looks like a red strand of light, cutting into the cover of the book, sealing it.
Can it be destroyed?
Wind sort of blows across.
I'm not sure that it should be destroyed. I think it should be kept. I feel I should keep it in memory of the teacher.
Did we succeed?
What if it bears
now.
the essence of Kria?
It bears the ruminations of Stilmanthagni.
The ruminations of Stilmanthagni are gone, Locknall. They were absorbed by that monster. There's nothing to be learned in that book.
I'm not sure the book could be opened anymore.
We shouldn't try, regardless.
It is biting cold up here. And you know it is a long way down.
Sierra, I'd like to, for now, send the book to a pocket dimension if I can.
You may. You pull the book into your pocket dimension. The crumpled form of Stilmanthagni feebly laying, half covered by snow.
I will gather the oracle and I'll go over and I will attempt to gather the corpse.
I'll
You pick up.
telekinesis my sleeping bag from one of the bags that Haruki is carrying for me and unfurl it to wrap him in.
You wrap the teacher, the great oracle. And as you begin to make your way towards the edge, you hear a clarion call of some great bird. High above you.
Do we recognize it?
Yes, as Garrick in his bird form swoops down.
He didn't die!
You've made it! He forms up on the summit. You can tell, like, as he reforms, his arm is actually in a sling. He looks very bruised. You're alive.
How long have we been
Touching
gone?
the mountainside.
How long have we been gone?
2 weeks. 14 cycles.
Oh, okay.
Can you help us off this mountain?
Yes. You have the teacher. You've ended the storm.
Yes. For now, I look over to Locknall. This for now.
Kria has fled to another dimension.
Yes.
For now.
One that's very difficult to get out of.
We will explain when we get to more stable footing.
Yes. Follow me. He comes up along you guys and begins to move you quickly to the side. Kexyfess with your abilities, Locknall's with yours, Ruki. The three of you descend down. Him, of course, helping guide you through essentially a storm of snow on the summit as you descend back down to Stone Throw. You arrive in Stone Throw. Stone Throw is much repaired. It looks like the Lenai have stayed true to their words and are busy. They all look a little bit sad. You imagine because the fun of the every 1,000 breaths cycling explosion has ceased in this space. I don't understand. I've been searching for your bodies for weeks. I thought with that last explosion, you were thrown.
It was you that was thrown.
Yes, I remember that vividly.
Spear.
Quite well, he holds up his arm.
It is a miracle you only had this happen to you.
It was worse 14 cycles ago, but I recover quickly.
We were able to get into the sphere.
Ah, yes, in the space. The teacher, he kind of looks over at the body bag.
We spoke with him in his last breaths.
He gave himself for us.
For the garden.
For Nuovarden, yes.
It's a sad day. You should bring his body back. To see his chance, I will accompany you.
Do you happen to have another one of those fluffy bodies? Perhaps the little had the long tail.
Grofs?
Yes, one of those anywhere by chance.
I don't, but on our travels out, we'll certainly come across other creatures.
Okay.
We must warn people, Locknall.
We will start with the Council of Selku once Stilmanthagni has been buried beneath a rainbow tree.
That's a good start.
Indeed.
But there are others in the garden who are at risk. This is not the last we will see of this Kria.
No.
We should warn the preservers of the Veil as quickly as we can.
Yes, they are a new faction, but it is their duty.
I don't understand any of this, but well,
You would not understand if I told you that it was memories upon memories where we were presently.
Oh. Sounds strange. Sounds very strange. If I may, Ruki. He extends his arms for Stilmanthagni.
Of course.
He takes Stilmanthagni and brings Stilmanthagni over to a wagon where you can see the 5 bodies of his compatriots have been placed. A large gore ready to pull it, and a small lean eye on top of the gore. Please accompany me. We will head to see his chance at once. We'll tell the council. I'm sorry you weren't able to save him, but thank you. Thank you for stopping this. Everything out here? Things can start to return to normal.
For you, at least. She'll be back.
I will
Somehow.
add there was no saving Stilmanthagni. That possibility was past.
And the team moves their way. After a short rest and stone throw, you make your way over multiple nights. The long way, unfortunately, since the 7 bridges are long since destroyed and removed. Back through the valleys, through the forests, the space, and going Kexyfess, you take on a form of any such small creature. There are many that you come across.
Sweet-hoo.
And in 4 or 5 cycles, you arrive back at that place that you first began from. The winding staircase leading high up to Seer's Chance.
Haruki, do you really not remember me?
Haruki, memories are starting to reemerge. They're vague. The name, though you know her name, feels clumsy. Feels similar to just meeting Kexyfess for the first time. But you know that they have been more in your memories, you just can't recall.
I turn to you with a big smile as you sit on my shoulder and lie and say, "Of course I remember you, Kexy. I remember it all."
Well, that's good. Great. So then you remember when then I start rambling on. It seems like they've been quiet the entire journey there, just that nagging at them and very decidedly not looking into whether that is the truth or not and being happy in that ignorance.
You arrive back at the top of Seer's Chance, the many colorful flags blowing in the wind, the mighty Asgar warriors standing guard, the familiar sound of singing bowls playing, incense burning. It's a small comfort that life still continues here despite everything you've been through in this time. The leaders of the council come out quickly to greet you. Garak took his leave of you to continue down the trail to find a good place to bury his companions along the Crowned Lake. You took only the body of Stilmanthagni, I imagine Haruki carrying
I have him in my arms, just almost like presenting him for the elders as they approach.
The Selku face is downtrodden. Loch no. Thank you, and what a tragedy.
Teachers of the council, Stilmanthagni was true, and they should be buried beneath the roots of Tylaru's harmony.
Indeed.
We have a lot to catch you up on. Like a lot. Like a lot. Like we should probably go into your council room and maybe talk for at least like 2,000 breaths or something? Do you think like 2,000?
I turn to Kexyfess and I hold out my fingers. Or I imagine you're on Haruki's shoulder. Kexyfess.
Yeah.
The Selku will be in a period of mourning until we can inter our deceased. And then a very important meeting with the council must be held. You are right. And it is not the Selku way to have outsiders for the ceremony. However, you and Haruki are no longer outsiders in this regard. You are welcome to mourn with us.
Look, no. I go to your, I like do a little flutter and wrap my wings around your throat.
I hold you by so you can.
You're so sweet. Okay, if you insist.
Back to Haruki.
Okay.
I will get the materials ready. The Asgul woman of the council says, we'll get the materials ready, the incense, the singing bowls, the other things necessary. Thank you all kindly for your bravery, for what you faced. What you have faced in time, I think it is most important that you speak with Mokash about. You see, standing some ways back is again the sort of overweight Ixa. He kind of stands informally near the entrance of the tent, but he stares very intently at the three of you in a way that, I don't know, an understanding of perhaps something that you have gone through. And then he moves back into the seer's tent.
Remind me, was he the top dog?
Nope, that was the Selku. He didn't say much during the entire encounter other than some cryptic stuff and seemed fairly hard to engage with, which I guess is not all too uncommon for Ixa in general. They're a little aloof. Locknall, the ceremony takes place. Is there anything you say or do during the funeral procession of the great Stilmanthagni?
Yes. I look back into the memories of the moment that we contacted Stilmanthagni and recount the specific wisdoms shared. Not giving too many of the alarming details, those will wait for the meeting, but to demonstrate verbatim and in honor of Stilmanthagni's words, the precision of loyalty and wisdom that the great teacher held on to until we could take the reins and let them pass.
The ceremony is a beautiful ceremony. Mostly, almost entirely Selku. Buried under the rainbow tree, incense burning. He's given a place of great honor at the base of the tree, laid to rest. Kexyfess, Haruki, you sense the great sacredness of this and the great tragedy of this, for Selku are lost. They're gone when they pass. It's not like the Lenai who return to mother, the Selku. It is just an absence. All the memories dwelt by Stilmanthagni and Nephis, those memories, unique to Stilmanthagni, gone. In time, perhaps a couple of cycles having passed, before your departure, you convene with Mokash and the elders one last time. I imagine explaining to them the many things that took place in their strangeness. Mokash looks at you, Locknall, and you have this book, this Sins of Kria.
I recall it. And the page.
Locknall, you pull out the page. It is blank. He holds up his hand towards the book, just ever so gently touching it. It is an item of great mystery. It is sealed. I cannot see by what. Perhaps forever. Perhaps not. Perhaps there is something that can reopen it. I think I speak for the council, Locknall. You should keep it safe. You are uniquely talented at understanding the present, the now. Perhaps in time, you can understand its purpose, why it did not vanish. Assuming it was created from this meld of the three. And all three now vanished. I think it could not sustain, but here it is. Guard it. Be careful with it. I think your impulse is correct, Rookie. This Kria resides in, do you say, Lucentia? I know that realm. I think it not be easy for her to re-emerge here. And from the sounds of it, you were successful in diminishing her. But you should bring this before those who protect the realm and the other dimensions. Rookie, Kexyfess, Locknall, if you so choose. Perhaps you bring it to them. Explain to them the threat.
I know of these people, friends of my kin, known as the Preservers of the Veil. I would seek them out. An Asgar named Zorik, and his companions.
Yes. We must safeguard this world. And Nephis, and if Kria can somehow threaten that, we must be certain she never returns. I will reflect and dwell, as with other Ixa here. We shall see perhaps what takes place there.
And I
Thank
shall
you.
study the tome and learn what I can. And protect it.
Thank you, Locknall. Thank you, Kexyfess, Aruki. And with that, he bids you farewell. Your mission and your task complete, Haruki. You have achieved something far greater than the great hunt of your people. Endeavoring into far distance, taking on great monsters. Perhaps you don't feel it that way. Perhaps you still feel...
I was going to say, yet once again, his quarry has escaped him. And it is a job still left undone.
Locknall, you have, in a way, in your own right, helped your people see your abilities, the need to also be in the present, the importance of it, and have been tasked with a very important mission by the elders in your society to safeguard. Perhaps a completion there, as sad and troublesome as the reality still remains.
But an honor to fill the space left by Stilmanthagni.
Kexyfess. Kexyfess, for you, yes, still a joy to be alive, but oh, so much loss. Celluloso, Bernax, Stilmanthagni, yourself for a moment. You realize just how fragile the Starnam are in this world, but also how important. It was Vernox who protected Stilmanthagni, sacrificed what little was left simply to hold out for you all to arrive. And that's not nothing. And you don't know why, but you are certain this memory you pulled from Kria, the memory of Vernox with the Starnam known as Kria, is important memory. And maybe, just maybe, the Starnam Kria exists here in Nuovarden. That's where we will end our saga of the Ruminations of Stilmanthagni. Thank you, everybody, for coming on this epic journey with me.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
What a great story.
That was great. Great ending. Yeah. Epic battle. Still leaves much to be understood and explored.
That's the nature of the garden. I mean, it just feels like this is what living in this space is like.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And now this story is connected to the Preservers of the Veil because I brought that in. And so there we go. That's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, the group. This has been an awesome table to sit at. I'm honored, and thank you so much for being excellent people and amazing players. So creative. And Paul, a tragedy indeed on so many levels. Mm-hmm. You were not kidding when you pitched this to us. Very intense and beautiful. So thank you. Let's go around the table. Ty, why don't we start with Ty?
Sure.
Yeah. What are you thinking, man?
Well, I'm thinking that I just have tremendous gratitude for Paul for what you did, taking the world and showing what it is, you know what I mean, in a way that I hadn't. Formerly being at the helm to introduce this world to people, you picked it up and introduced it your way and created this thing that there's so much to it, and the and designer to designer, as I told you in private, the things that you brought into this, the mechanics and then things game wise that fleshed out what's possible in this, that feels so different and so unique. And every one of those was stunning. Like, it does what?
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, the way that, again, the way that we as characters, we developed, we grew, we came together, we found strength in our development. Speaking for myself, at least, I felt like Locknall took on an authority that previously wasn't his, that he didn't have. And then and the legacy, it all just weaves together very well. There's like no gaps in what happened or how this happened or how it came together for me. I think the mysteries that persist are appropriate for the story. The unknown should still linger. There's more story here. So kudos to you. Bravo.
Thank you.
Yes, wonderful job. And other than that, I am Dungeon Mr. Ty, and this is the second finale that I've been part of this week, and both of them were equally astounding. And I look forward to getting back into my own world again as a player and as a game master. And there are things coming up that we'll see to that happening, as well as Mall of the Mountain, which I'm hoping to get second round edits back soon so that I can prove them, make sure everything's in line, and get that adventure out there. And who knows what else is coming up. So check out the website, adventuresling.com. Check us out there. The calendar is there. You can sign up for the email list, which I know we get a lot of emails. But if you want to keep updated on some of the secrets, I like to tease things in there. And I think my next major thing will be probably RageCon in Reno in July. But who knows, between now and then, I will be showing up at Folk and Myth beginning next Friday, a week from now, with Cyberpunk. So I'll be playing Cyberpunk over there for a few weeks. And, we'll see what happens. I know we've got something coming up in June, right, Dave, that I'll be part of as well, the latter part of June. So I'm sure, don't forget about that. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll pass it on to probably to Rachel, because I know I want the seer to carry us out for player stuff.
So fair, so real. Gotta have the best for last. Hi, I am Rachel, also known as Ktyria, or Ktyria, also known as Rachel, whichever you know me by first. Thank you for putting up with my sick brain. This has been...
Couldn't even tell.
I'm so glad. This has been such an incredible journey that I am so honored to have been a part of. I love these characters. I love this story. I love these people, and I love you guys watching too. It's just so much love and appreciation I have for this community and for the stories that we get to tell here. It is so wonderful, just all in all. I feel so very blessed. I did want to, I don't know if tease is the word, but I feel like with Kexyfess that power can be a bit of an addiction. And while they have managed to stave off in the moment, I think that there is still a draw that they feel to it. And that's all I'll say. Thanks for having me.
Love it.
Nice. Thank you so much, Rachel. Paul, back to you. Just again, thank you so much. What a great game. Appreciate you creating this for us to play in.
Thank you guys. This has been phenomenal. I've really enjoyed it. You guys have all just been so in it, and it was fun to just play through all the moments and really see it flesh out. So thank you all, Paul Angelo, Penburrow Online, author of House of Eidolons, Cyberpunk, Heist Like TTRPG. That will be coming soon. Keep an eye out for that. That's all I'll say. You can go check out the website. But yeah, Ty, great system. I've had so much fun playing in it, and I really wanted to release like a not like a god, but like just an entity like young entity of great power into like the dimensional landscape.
Yeah.
It just felt like it needed something like that, and I chose Lusatia as my kind of ending spot because it's like this sort of void realm of no living thing, but it is very confusing, and it always just seemed very interesting to me, this like world of glass and mirrors. So
Which by the way, those of you who are watching and don't know, or even the cast members who don't know, is a detailed dimension in the rulebook.
Yeah. And so my little mark in your world is this sort of powerful Kria dwelling somewhere there, and this sort of Silantush snake creature that somehow came from another dimension, became lost there, and somehow integrated into that dimension now as just like a living reflection.
Need all the notes.
Yeah. So, but this is the fun of this system, you guys. You can really go wild, especially when you realize there's all these other worlds beyond Nuovarden, some in the book, and you can even just make your own. You can go explore, and who knows, maybe my next Nuovarden campaign will just be a whole. Well, I mean, I guess this was sort of a whole dimension of my own, but maybe I'll make an actual dimension, not just a pocket dimension, and go hog wild. We'll see. Anyways, phenomenal. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul. And folks, the Eidolon's RPG is something that we've played a bunch on the channel here. You can go to our YouTube channel to check that out, other Nuovarden stuff. But check out the pre-launch. I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that, Paul. The pre-launch for Eidolons for $1, you can help Paul and Josh get more momentum going for their upcoming Kickstarter, and I know that they would appreciate that. And you will get some awesome free content that's only available through the pre-launch. So check that out. You guys, the dynamics of this table are amazing. And I know that we have many more stories to tell together, and it just really makes me happy every week to see your faces and to be able to sit at the table for 3+ hours and create something that wasn't there before, which is really the beauty of this genre of storytelling, to co-create these things. And so let's keep doing it. We will have more stories to tell. We will be bringing them and sharing them with folks here in the guild community and elsewhere, and that's why we keep coming back. So a couple of quick announcements. Again, we will be taking next week off to rest and to touch grass and to do things that we need to do to rejuvenate ourselves. But then we will be back in June with some Castles and Crusades as part of the Summer of Siege. I'll be running another series in our Age of Worms campaign that started last summer. So very excited to get back to that. Paul will be joining the Greyhawk crew with that. So very excited, Paul, to have you in that game. And then in July, Jose Ortiz is coming back to run some more 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons in Faerun. We're going back to the Dale Lands and exploring some of the content that's being created by Realmsbound, another amazing group of creative people helmed by Ed Greenwood. And then that's July. In August, we're going to be going into outer space and playing some Dark Space, which is a space opera vibed game using the Shadow Dark rules that I'll be running. And then after that, we're coming back for some more Nuovarden, guys. So mark your calendars, because the Preservers of the Veil are coming back to deal with whatever might be out there for them to deal with. So
there's not much. So
they're going to be busy. Let's just say that.
Hey, Dave, I forgot to mention one thing go ahead. That I should mention. The second episode of Aired Out will be coming out in a couple of weeks as well. So I didn't want to forget that. Speaking of Castles and Crusades and Troll Lord games and all that kind of stuff, Grace and I have our second episode releasing on the Adventure Sling podcast the first Friday of June, which I think is the 6th. 5th or 6th.
The first Friday of June is the 5th.
6th.
Okay.
5th.
Yep.
Perfect.
Good to know. Thank you for that that update. And I will just say one last thing. We're gonna raid into some folks here as we sign off. But we have a friend in the community, Mike Disney, who is in need of some mutual aid assistance. So if folks are have the capacity to do so, I know Mike has had some medical issues and some bills have piled up. So there's a GoFundMe link there that some of his buddies in the space put together. Maybe if you have like I said, if you have the means to throw a couple bucks to help out Mike. With that said, be good to yourself, spread a little positivity in the world where you can, and we'll see you on the 4th of June for the kickoff, the re-kickoff, the return to Greyhawk and our Age of Worms campaign. We'll see you guys later. Thank you so much.